Hi friends, welcome to another lesson with Miss G. Today's super exciting because we get to listen to a story this time and not just look at the continents and look at informational text. We get to read a story this time, which is super exciting. So let's get into it. And because we're starting something new, we're answering a new question, and that is, how can a story transport you to a different place? So if you know what transport means, maybe you kind of understand this question. But if you don't, what do you think it means from the sentence? Well, the literal meaning of transport, what it actually means, is to carry someone or something from one place to another. So in a way, this little boy is transporting this little girl on his bike from one place to another. And the same goes for this man with his boxes, lots of boxes. He's transporting from one place to another. So I'm going to give you another example. And I think it might be a little silly, but it's okay, all right? Because you're watching a screen too, so it helps. I want you to close your eyes at home, okay? Really close your eyes. I want you to listen. And I want you to pretend that you're somewhere warm and sunny. You hear the waves crashing and imagine birds chirping. How does it make you feel? How did the words make you feel like you were there when Miss G was talking? Transport can also mean that it makes you feel as if you traveled. So maybe you didn't actually move a person or move boxes, but you feel like you're there. Now you might be thinking, Miss G, I didn't feel like I was there, and that's okay. But when we read a story, friends, right? Are we really standing next to the character? When we were reading Last Stop on Market Street, right? And we were seeing CJ and Nana, was Miss G actually there? No, Miss G wasn't actually there. Why? What do? We use our imagination to come up with the story and to think about traveling there, okay? So that's what they mean by transporting. It was like we were there with CJ and Nana under the rain, talking to them, but we weren't actually there. We were using our imagination. Now, friends, we are headed back to a certain continent. Now, I know Miss G said we're not doing the continent books anymore, but this particular story we're reading is from a continent. So if you can point to Africa on the screen, please do it now. I hope you pointed to this guy. Ding, ding, ding. This is Africa. That's where our story is taking place. Now, this is Africa a little bit closer. Our story is taking place in the west. So looking at our compass here, it has north, east, south, and west. Where is the west? Ding, ding, ding. So that means all of this orange part is considered Western Africa. Now, Western Africa isn't a country on itself. It's made up of a lot of little countries all together. And we just label that Western Africa. So friends, when we talk about a place in the story, what's that called? I hope you can hear me at home. But it's called the setting, right? So our setting is going to be in Western Africa, where the story takes place. This, my friends, is the front cover to our new story. It says, Why Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears by Verena Ardima. Pictures by Leo and Diane Dillon. So, what do you notice about the title of this text? What word does it start with? Ooh, a Y, right? It starts with a Y. How do you know if this sentence is a question? It has a question word at the front. Right. A why is a question word, just like our wonder chart. Remember, our wonder wheel has why, who, what, when, where. All of those are question words, and they help us come up with questions. What else tells you if this sentence is a question? It has a question mark. Good, you remembered, friends. It has a question mark, right? Now, there's something a little funny here. Do my friends notice a question mark at the end? No. So what does that mean? It means that it's giving you an answer, not a question. It's a little tricky. But if you read it, why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears, it's telling you, I'm going to tell you why they do it. It's not a question, it's an answer. So let's check out our story.
Why mosquitoes buzz in people's ears. Now, it was Mother Owl who woke the sun each day so that the dawn could come. One morning, a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a water hole. Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday. Try me, said the iguana. The mosquito said, I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am. What's a mosquito compared to a yam? Snapped the iguana. I would rather be deaf than listen to such nonsense. Then he stuck 2 sticks in his ears and went off, meck, 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 through the reeds. The iguana was still grumbling to himself when he happened to pass by a python. Good morning, iguana. The iguana did not answer, but lumbered on. Bada-min, bada-min. Now, why won't he speak to me, said the python to himself. I'm afraid he is plotting some mischief against me. He began looking for somewhere to hide. The first likely place he found was a rabbit hole, and in it he went, wussle, 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 wussle. When the rabbit saw the big snake coming into her burrow, she was terrified. She scurried out through her back way and bounded click, click, click across a clearing. A crow saw the rabbit running for her life. It was his duty to spread the alarm in case of danger. A monkey heard the crow. He was sure that some dangerous beast was prowling near. As the monkey was crashing through the treetops, he happened to land on a dead limb. It broke and fell on an owl's nest, killing one of the owlets. When Mother Owl returned to the nest, she found one of them dead. Her other children told her that the monkey had killed it. All that night, she sat in her tree, so sad, so sad, so sad. When she should have hooted for the sun, she did not do it. The night grew longer and longer. The animals of the forest knew it was lasting much too long. They feared that the sun would never come back. At last, King Lion called a meeting of the animals. They came and sat down around a council fire. King Lion asked, Mother Owl, why have you not called the sun? The night has lasted long, 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 and everyone is worried. Mother Owl said, Monkey killed one of my owlets. Because of that, I cannot bear to wake the sun. So, it was the monkey who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Then King Lion called the monkey. Monkey, said the king, why did you kill one of Mother Owl's babies? Oh, king, said the monkey, it was the crow's fault. He was calling and calling to warn us of danger. And I went leaping through the trees to help. A limb broke under me, and it fell on the owl's nest. The king said to the council, so it was the crow who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Then the king called for the crow. He said, King Lion, it was the rabbit's fault. I saw her running for her life in the daytime. Wasn't that reason enough to spread an alarm? The king nodded his head and said to the council, so it was the rabbit who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Rabbit, cried the king, why did you break a law of nature and go running in the daytime? Oh, king, said the rabbit, it was the python's fault. I was in my house minding my own business when that big snake came in and chased me out. The king said to the council, so it was the python who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. King Lion called the python, who came slithering wasso-wusso, wasso-wusso, wasso-wusso past the other animals. But king, he cried, it was the iguana's fault. He wouldn't speak to me, and I thought he was plotting some mischief against me. When I crawled into the rabbit's hole, I was only trying to hide. The king said to the council, so it was the iguana who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Now the iguana was not at the meeting, for he had not heard the summons. The antelope was sent to fetch him. All the animals laughed when they saw the iguana coming, butterman, with his sticks still stuck in his ears. King Lion pulled out the sticks. Put-up. Iguana, what evil have you been plotting against the python? None at all, cried the iguana. Python is my friend. Then why wouldn't you say good morning to me? Demanded the snake. I didn't hear you. Mosquito told me such a big lie I couldn't bear to listen to it, so I put sticks in my ears. Laughed the lion. So that's why you had sticks in your ears? Yes, said the iguana. It was the mosquito's fault. King Lion said to the council, so it was the mosquito who annoyed the iguana, who frightened the python, who scared the rabbit, who startled the crow, who alarmed the monkey, who killed the owlet, and now Mother Owl won't wake the sun so that the day can come. Punish the mosquito, cried all the animals. When Mother Owl heard that, she was satisfied. She turned her head toward the east and hooted, the mosquito had listened to it all from a nearby bush. She crept under a curly leaf, and was never found and brought before the council. But because of this, the mosquito has a guilty conscience. To this day, she goes about whining in people's ears. Is anyone still angry with me? When she does that, she gets an honest answer. Kapow!
friends. So that was why mosquitoes buzz in people's ear. So you know, friends, every time we introduce a new story, we notice things and we wonder. So let's get our first wonder. And it's a why. So at home, I want you to come up with a why question. And then I'll ask my friends here. Why didn't the iguana believe the mosquito? Good question. Now at home, give me a thumbs up if you remember that answer is in the story. Why didn't the iguana believe this mosquito? If you're like, no, that wasn't in the story, give me a thumbs down at home. Well, when we go back to our story, it says, one morning a mosquito saw an iguana drinking at a water hole. The mosquito said, Iguana, you will never believe what I saw yesterday. Try me, said the iguana. The mosquito said, I saw a farmer digging yams that were almost as big as I am. What's a mosquito compared to a yam? Snapped the iguana grumpily. I would rather be deaf than listen to such nonsense. Then he stuck 2 sticks in his ears and went off. Ding, ding, ding. It was in our story, friends. That's why the iguana didn't believe the mosquito, because there's no way that a mosquito could be as big as a yam, which is a type of vegetable. Let's keep going. Our next one is how. So at home, come up with a how question or a how wonder, and I'm going to ask my students here. How did the monkey hurt the owl? Well, at home, I want you trying to remember. Is it in our story? Well, ding, ding, ding. It was in our story. Remember, the owl said that she thought the monkey had purposely killed her owlet. Of course, he did not. It was an accident. But that's why that's how the monkey hurt the owl. Remember, he jumped on the stick and it fell on the baby. This is what she thought he did, but that's not what he did, right? Our next question is what? Who can help me out with a what question at home? All right, my friends here. What wakes up the sun? Now, I hope you guys remember this from our story. Let's see.
Now it was Mother Owl who woke the sun each day so that the dawn could come.
So our answer was right in our story. It was the mother owl that always woke up the sun. All right, I think this is our last one. We have a who question. Well, just like the mother owl. Who? Who can answer that for me? Let's see. Who are the other animals? Ooh, good question. So basically we're asking who are the other characters in our story. Now remember, characters are the ones that have lines, the ones that say something. There was a lot of different animals in our story, but we need to know which ones actually talked. So Miss G went here just to make sure you guys are shouting out. Give me one character in our story. The mosquito. Yes. So these pictures are going to be a little different from our story, and that's okay. But you can tell this is the mosquito. He was a character in the story. Who else was a character? The iguana. The iguana was another character in our story. These were 2 big characters because they start off the story, right? And start off the whole commotion. Next up, we have the python. That's another character. Let's see who else. That was the rabbit, right? So the python scares the rabbit, and then who does the rabbit go to next? The crow. So we go to a crow. Then we have the monkey, and the monkey was a big part of our story because he's the one who accidentally hurt the mama owl's owlet, right? So that was another character in our story. And now who was the king? Who was the one who was in charge of everybody? I hope you're answering at home. Ding, ding, ding. It was the lion in our story. So my friends, we're going to keep talking about our story, keep talking about the wonders. I hope you enjoyed it because Miss G loves this story and she loved reading it. So we're going to keep doing it, okay? Have a great day, guys.